what's up guys? It's Josh here, the latest sponsored player of Takeover Gaming's Argent Saga team, and I'm just here to bring you my second place deck list from this past weekend's regional in Warwick, Rhode Island. It was a Liam Kyte deck, just an aggro deck. So we started with 10 one-cost units, one Skyship Engineer, taking one of the green slots, 3 Quorum Squires, 3 Raging Shard Beasts, which don't really end up mattering because there's only actually 2 cards in the deck that cost over 3. So the effect doesn't really come back to hurt you. 3 Bone Scavengers. This card's just super good and should be played in everything pretty much. It's really good against the Aragon deck. 3 Repro Blooms, obviously the best card in the deck. This card's insane, shouldn't have been printed, but you know, if you draw it and you have it on turn 2, you're definitely gonna win. 1 Melanchorum Magician. This card, honestly, not very good. Didn't really like it. Also, is too big for the Raging Shard Beast, but in hindsight, I probably would have played this card over this card, although I just didn't own this card at the time, so that's why I went with that instead. Then rounding out the units, we got Iskandar, who's obviously your like boss monster of the deck. Like, you can win without him, but it's definitely a lot easier to win with him. Then for the spells, and where the majority of the green package is, we have 2 Guiding Winds, and also 3 Vabriel's Gifts. This card is also ridiculous. You just use search out like your Repro Blooms or Finishing Ray maybe, but usually just Iskandar. I mean, you would search Repro Bloom if you don't draw them, but it's usually not the best because you would only really do that early. Usually you're just going for Iskandar or Finishing Ray, depending on the game state. But then we also have, finishing out the green package, 2 Kaze. In hindsight, I probably would have mained 3 Kaze instead of, I don't really know, but this card's really good as well, and I felt like I always wanted it. Then for the yellow spell, or white spells, we got 2 Hikari. This card also very, very good. Caught a lot of people off guard with that, won a lot of games with this card, especially in game 2, like really cemented the win. Then we have 3 War Rooms. This card's really good. I mean, when you draw it, you're looking good. When you don't, it's kind of puts you in a bad position. Like, pretty much like my losses were attributed to not drawing War Room ever. And then put 1 V's Blessing in there, because it kind of just acts as like a pseudo War Room without the added benefit of giving you the less cost on your gears. But, I mean, sometimes this card's better, sometimes, like, War Room's better. Like, they're both situationally good or better than each other. Like, obviously a War Room, if you activate 2 gears, is always better than this card. But, like, if you don't have gears in hand, or you're not able to use 2 gears before you use this card's effect to get another gear from the graveyard, like, it's usually turns out that this card is better. So, like, I don't know, the ratios of this card might need to change, but also I might just play like 2 of these and 3 of these still, because like I said, when you don't have access to your gears in the grave, you kind of just are in a really bad spot. Then we had 1 Finishing Ray to round out the spells. This card is like amazing. Like, also get like, basically with Repro Bloom, like, you generate a lot of tokens and your opponent's like able to just like trade with your Repro Bloom, or like they'll just end up like giving you the +2 tokens and just kill it with a spell. And like, you can either get into a position where you've used Liam to like generate 2 on your turn or on their turn, so you can end up with 4 tokens. And then a great play is that they're going to summon a bunch of units to deal with all your tokens and stuff and try and trade with you after. But what you do is just go face, hit all your towers, do what you need to do, and then you activate Finishing Ray the next turn, like on that same turn, and just give up all your tokens, but like you've destroyed other units, so you're just in a better position. And then onto the gears. We have 3 Standard Shard Sword. This card became super relevant like after Repro Bloom like became a thing, because it's just like a 1 card out to it. You just give your like unit target attack. I mean, it gives +500. All your 1 costs are then able to just kill Repro Bloom. Then for the 2 cost gears, we have 1 Versica, whatever, the Hammer card. I mean, this card's really good, like in time, and also if you play against Hoenna to get rid of their devourments, and also since you're playing 3 cards 3 of the standard charge sword, it's a lot easier to just like take out all your opponent's guardian units, or just to get a second attack in and clear one for free. And then 2 caliber, which may seem odd, but like in this current state of the game, like caliber just really isn't as good as it used to be. So I think that like Longinus is equally as good or better than caliber now. And like I always thought Longinus was really good anyways. So I've ended up like cutting 1 caliber and going down to 2 in the main deck, over because like we're playing 3 standard charge swords now. And then 2 Longinus. I mean, this card's still really good. I ended up searching that way more than I would search caliber off Liam. And then obviously the best gear in their deck is 3 Shining Shard Dagger to give all your units quickness, and it's just really good. And then for the side deck, this was definitely super rushed and last minute. I didn't really have, I didn't really think about the side deck that much and didn't really have access to all the cards I probably would have wanted to make a fully functioning side deck. But so we had the 2 other Skyship Engineers just for like games where I felt like I wanted more minions, like depending on like how much time was left for game 2, if I needed to like really summon guys and just like swing in there and like lead to a fast game 2, I needed more 1-drops. These March of the Corn Brigade, like that was I guess in there for like the aggro matchup where I really needed to dig for cards, but like I never ended up siding this card in. I don't think I would side it again. Hikari, this card came in pretty much every time I went to my side deck, because like I said, I'd probably want to main a 3rd copy of this if I could find room. Great Hawk, I like sided this in a few times when I had lost game 1, just in case I needed like an extra push to get get one of their guardians off the board and like exhaust something else. It can clear 2 guardians, so if I really need to clear towers. Then another Kaze. Again, this usually ended up coming in. I wanted to main 3, but I ended up playing 2 Guiding Winds. And I don't know how good that card really is because I ended up siding it out a lot. And then in my side deck there was 3 Yukis, but I actually borrowed 2 of them, so there's only 1 here right now. But this card, obviously you sided in for the aggro matchup because it's just free when a tower gets destroyed. Played 1 Quorum Assassin because this card isn't out to shade, I guess, like at least 1 shade, and it still has quickness, but I mean, I don't know how good this card really is either. And then another Finishing Ray. That card came in a lot against pretty much everything, like, but I don't think you would want to main 2. And then 3 Shard Sword Nova. Like this card was good in theory, but I didn't really side it in that much, but it still might be good against like Aragon Sola. So I think it might stay in the side deck. And then the shard deck is pretty basic. We just got LOL 6 basic shards. Then the 1 Corona and 3 Zephyr Crystal. And then for towers, we just played the OG towers. Oh, where's the light one? Oh, it's right here. There you go. Pulled this out of my packs, and that was the real price. Peace out.